Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
We obviously have had a problem for years, and the problem is leadership. That problem has yielded us not having the bank reconciliations done and the treasurer's report done since, as you know, November of 2017. Right now, we happen to have our outside auditor that is doing those bank reconciliations for us to bring us current to June of 2018. You see, the projected deliverable on that is at the end of this month. We discussed the opportunity for us to schedule for him to come in and actually have some of his team come in so that we can go ahead and start working on codifying the procedures that he utilizes, so we're not going back and recreating the wheel as far as being able to produce the reports. But we still have the issue of, do we stop him at the end of June and then have automatically 6 months of reports that have not been done, and then we can't do the January report because we don't have the general ledger number to be able to do that report?
It just seems a little odd to me that the very first time that you come before the board, you're asking for us to hire outside help to do what you wanted to do.
Well, it's not actually a new request. Obviously, we've had this in place. It was in place for Pam Webster.
No, it wasn't. Dan MacArthur will work with you in order to get the audits that we need, and you can do that, absolutely.
The way I see it, when we sit down and discuss that, the three of us will come up with a recommendation for this board as to how we're going to fix the problem. If it's your department, it's no fiscal, not a big fiscal impact here unless you work overtime. If I have to hire Dan MacArthur, it's probably a pretty big fiscal impact.
Sure.
And if I have to bring someone back that retired or whatever it's going to be that we decide on, we have to present it to the board and get it okayed. We can sit here right now and throw this back and forth as long as we want. We're going to get nowhere because we have to sit down and decide in your best interests, because you're the one who's hanging over the fire, how we're going to fix the problem, not necessarily as quickly as possible, but how we're going to fix the problem.
They're giving us somewhere around, I believe they were talking 2 months until our next meeting with them to come back and be able to tell them what our plan is. Now, whether or not they're going to accept our plan, we don't know.
I think if the plan's reasonable, they will.
Yeah,
But
reasonable.
we need to sit down in the very, very, very near future,
Sure.
the three of us, and figure out what's best for you and the county.
Part of the reason that I scheduled to come and talk before you is just to let you know about the treasurer's office. I've been there now, I guess, if you don't include today, which is kind of a lost day, 11 working days. And during that time, I've been able to evaluate what's happened in the office and what hasn't happened in the office. And unfortunately, some people on this board have been misled as far as what people have accomplished and what they were doing. We do not have any cross-training. There has never been any cross-training in the office, at least for the last 15 years.
Dan MacArthur, I would suggest you watch him very well, watch what he's doing, and learn from that. This way we can get the bank recs under control and we can get this office caught up. I think over time you'll get good at it, and you'll be able to do better than maybe one report a month and start closing in on that 6-month gap. So those are some of my optimistic comments, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully in 2 weeks.